Alright, we're going to start with how to use Caddy 101. First of all, most of your buttons that you use will be on your FOSS screen. I'll explain all of them now. First things first, let's teach you how to use the double right click. That's your fastest. So your first right click is single right click. That is to snap to a point. So if you want to grab something or if you want to stretch something, you need to grab something, you can just grab to a point. So what you can do is you can snap to a point. What that basically means is you take this and you need to take maybe the center, so you would then go mark the element, so mark the element to the center, and there you go, enter. So you see you can just it marks to a point basically. So if I need to move the if I want to stretch to points, I would say I want to stretch from there to there. What I'd do is basically stretch to that point, wherever that might be. Okay, the most important things here is the horizontal, vertical. So if you want to do something horizontally and vertical without losing your place, this is between 2 points. This is to snap to a point, and this is option end. This is the center of something. Okay, so that's your single right click buttons. Your double right click buttons are, which is your delete an entire line, delete an entire square. This is to delete your construction lines. This is to delete a section of a line. So if you don't want to delete the whole line, you want to basically just take those out, you can then delete that. Alright, if you need to delete the whole line, you can just delete the whole line. Okay. Always have to unmark because you never know it's been marked. Alright, this is a construction line horizontal and vertically. So if I want to type here, but I needed this in the center, I'll give an example. If I need to put lights in the center here and I need to know where it is, take 3 points possibly, 4 points, there, so 4, from there to there, and then I'll do the same from there to there, and then I'd basically draw in a light. I don't really want to draw in a light right now, so I'm just going to copy one across. So that's where we come in. We will mark an item, snap it to the center. That's where it's very important. Okay, and then you'll be able to put your lights there, 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 and there. Alright. Done. And the next thing is we want to delete your hatch. Okay, deleted your hatch now. Then if you need to delete an entire item, you can basically use 2 ways of doing it. You can mark an item, draw marked with that, and you can delete. The next thing is okay, so let's go through the rest of the list. Okay, so it's horizontal, vertical. This is to do a parallel line. If you want to do a line that's maybe a meter apart, there you go. The next one is to stretch. If you need to stretch something, you can always stretch the points. You can't stretch the middle for obvious reasons. Okay, so that's to stretch. The next is your windows. If you need to put a window in, it'll come up with your windows. You've got a whole list of all the different kinds of windows. We're just using aluminium for now. Select the window, and there you go. You've got a window. Obviously, if you're going to put it over, white is existing, red is new. So if it's over existing, you need to put in the wall to say that there is a new area, if you understand. Done and done. Okay, next one. So it's just right. Door. Put in a door. Whenever you do the door prompt, it's going to ask you a single, double, 1.5, and it's going to give you the sizes. Next one is to move a line. Sometimes you just need to move the line somewhere else. Then you can just draw a line. Probably the most used button on this caddy, second, probably third. This is to mark inside something. You need to mark something so you can move it. When we mark, we like to mark something for that purpose. So there we'd have, so maybe you just want to draw marked, you want to see what's happening, you need to take, you know what I mean. So marking, merge marked basically means if you mark this and you need to merge marked basically makes everything one pattern. Snap, so these ones you could basically do a corner. So if the line is doing that, for example, and you need to clean it up, that's how you do it. If you need to bring the line back, you can just bring it back. If you need to bring a line back to a point, then you do that. Okay, this is a parallel line, you draw a parallel line. This is obviously to snap on whatever you've marked. This is to move something that a pattern. So if I need to move a toilet over, I could just do that. Okay, this is to rotate something that's marked. So if I've marked something, for example, this is obviously the next button, very important, mark elements inside, and I need to move the bath because I haven't made it a pattern. You would snap it, and then you could then turn it into whatever angle you want. Unmark everything that you've maybe marked. You've maybe see this is not marked properly. So here, example, I need to make the shower one pattern. So I would mark it, draw marked so that I don't mess it up. I would then merge marked onto a pattern, draw all, and there you go. So now it's a pattern. So if I want to move it, it's not going to mark everything else like you just saw. Unmark, mark an element. So there, if you just need to mark an element, maybe you want to move it, and done. Unmark. Next one is snap. So you've marked something and you want to draw marked. There's your draw marked. That is to obviously so how do I explain this to you? So if you snap this and you want to mirror it, you can just mirror it on there. You can even mirror it 180 degrees, which obviously does nothing. Okay, then you want to calculate how big this window is, so it would ask you that. Then you would do mark a pattern. So there you can mark multiple patterns, and then obviously this is just windows in elevation. This is windows in plan. Okay, done.